All right, I'll get started here. Start off as far as injuries. We don't have anything to report with injuries, so that's something of good. The game, being able to come out and start the way we did and not start, as good as we need to, and go 3 and out and have the punt return, and then for them to score. You get behind versus a team like this and have the turnovers that we had, it makes it difficult. So, this is something that we got to be able to rebound from. And understand and learn from in a lot of different ways. Just not being efficient on third down and, having those sack fumbles and when you give Tom Brady in that offense, when they start inside the 40, whatever it was, four or 5 or 6 times, that's a lot, and it's advantage them, and they're going to make you pay for it, and that's ultimately what happens. So, that's going to be our job to make sure that we look back at this and see. But we just, I think big picture is the giving them the ball early on and letting them get 21-0 lead hurt. So.
Justin said that on his first interception, he'd be told in his headset that there's 12 guys on the field for them.
Yeah.
You said it was a free play again. From your vantage point, how did that all play out? And then obviously, since that was such a big focus in this last week, how frustrating is that to happen 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, no, it's not frustrating. Here's what happens is as these young quarterbacks go through this development, there's situations like this that can happen, and we have techniques within our system to be able to try to take advantage, and when that happens, if they do have 12 guys on and you catch them, obviously it's a free play, and if they don't and you hear that, that's where you got to understand that and learn from that, and that's our job to make sure that we're teaching that the right way and that he's understanding that, and not just him but everybody. So again, as Justin goes, Justin's as hard on himself as anybody. So he wears his emotions on his sleeve and he wants to be great, and that's what we love about him. But there was a lot of ways that we can help him out, and early on it's just important with a young rookie quarterback. It's great to get off to a fast start and get some confidence and momentum going. And we didn't do that today. And then I don't care who you are, when you get behind like that against Tom Brady and that offense and that defense, when they can pin their ears back, that's not easy. That's not easy.
Yeah, what's the benefit of having Justin finish a game like this? You could have easily said, okay, let's put Andy in,
Right.
Or you did not.
Right.
What's the benefit of that?
Well, again, for him to be able to, well, first of all, the first half for us as an offense, we know we wanted a lot more. So every rep and every play we can get, we want. And again, I think the message for us too, coming out that second half was to show, say, hey man, this is about some pride too. When you're down that much, this comes down to pride, and that's where our defense got those 2 stops there at the end, where they could have easily just folded up shop and just say go ahead and score, and they didn't twice. For our offense, the same thing. Let's go ahead and finish this thing and try to get some points, and so that's where we're able to really evaluate that and see it, and it's something that it didn't even cross my mind to go the other way.
Man, with regard to Fields, is a game like today, is it more a matter of Fields not playing well, or your offense not giving him a chance to play well?
No. There's a lot of different things that go into it, and it's all encompassing. Just like when we do well and you score a lot of points and you get a lot of yards, it's not because of one person, So when we go back and watch the tape, we're able to really detail, Mark, to be able to see, okay, what happened here? Did someone get beat one-on-one? Was it a poor play call? And then from the quarterback's perspective, what kind of decision-making was it? And so you balance that, and you see really where they're all at. And, when you go through what we're going through right now with trying to get through and go, you have your identity, what you want to build off of that. And then also, going into it, what you're facing with your opponent, who's different every week. You got to be able to adapt. And we just got so behind early that it forced us somewhat into one-dimensional.
So how big of a factor were the protection breakdowns, which seems to be where it all starts?
Yeah, well, there was a few, but again, that's that's not the only thing, But I think that was a part of it at times, but that's not to blame. That's just to say, hey, that's a part of what happened, and the guys they were out there battling, and it wasn't easy for them, but they were battling, and they were sticking together, and so we got to try to get that fixed.
Matt, this is your worst loss before.
Yeah.
What's your reaction leaving here, knowing that this was a measuring stick game and you guys know?
Yeah, no, without a doubt, I agree. It was a tough one, and because I just know who our guys are, and you go into this game and you're facing a pretty good team, pretty good football team on the road, and a great quarterback. So in these instances, you got to be close to damn near perfect. You really do to be able to in a lot of phases. The one thing you can't do is you can't give a short field to a great quarterback like that and a great offense that's well coached. But you also can't lose that drastically the turnover battle. So that's a part of it. And like you said, yeah, I mean, in the time that I've been here, that's definitely a tough one. But in the locker room, the guys are in there, and we talked about pride, and we talked about them being able to battle there at the end. And this isn't the result we wanted, but let's make this count as one loss and not 4 losses.
You haven't
There have been other decisive losses piling up over the last couple of years, and your offense is now in its 3rd year struggling. What's the solution for this? And are you confident that you can fix it?
Yeah, I am, and I'm confident that our coaches and our players can get this better. We know anytime you're not scoring like we're not running from that. We understand it. We know that we want to be better, and it's all of us included. So trust me, we want to be able to get this thing going as best as we can to be complementary to the defense and special teams, and we didn't do that today. So when you don't do that, you lose, and when you don't score enough points, it's going to be a struggle. So like I said, we got to make sure that we understand what happened, and then fix it, and we got to reset next week. Go ahead. Say that again. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear the second part. I heard about Elijah, but what was the second part?
Why did you initially start Simmons over Stars?
This morning it was when we found out about Elijah, and then when we got into that, I think you could see in the game what happened, and we just felt like it was at a point where being able to put Alex in there was what was best for us at that time.
Matt, you obviously had an issue with players punching guys last year and getting ejected. What was your reaction to that happening yet again today?
Yeah, I still have yet to see the replay. I got to see it, but we those guys know that we can't do that, and we've discussed a similar situation like last year with a player that they had with a player that was out there today, and it was loud and clear of that, and so. But our guys understand. They know that every action has a reaction, and what we need to do is continue to keep emphasizing it like we are, and then the guys got to follow up by not falling into that trap.
You haven't seen the film from this one yet?
Yeah.
How's the passing game? What areas have you seen some progress as it's come along through 5 starts?
Right. I feel like we've done a pretty good job with our play action. Now, I say that in the second play of the game, they got us with the free safety blitz there on the edge. So that hurt to have that. But, just trying to, probably more so than anything, is making sure that we fit our protections into the drop back scheme, and making sure progression-wise, as we're growing with Justin, like, hey, when we have this progression, making sure that his eyes go to where our eyes go. And so I feel like that there's some certain plays where he's definitely getting better there, and we're trying to make him comfortable and feel good as to what we do schematically. And it's just for us, we got to continue to stay patient with that, and understanding that there's going to be times. I think everybody in here knows, and we all know, like as he goes through this year right here, there's going to be some times where things aren't great, things aren't perfect. But like we talked about on the sideline, like these are moments here that. It's all about how you handle them, right? And when you use them to next time to get better, and whatever that is, whether that's the play in general or whether that's a decision that you made or something. And what Justin has proven to us over the last several weeks is that when he has something that he can learn from, he does it. And that's what's exciting for us, is knowing that. So, again, every rep he gets and every defensive play he sees on the other side of the ball, he's going to use that to make him better. And when you go through times like this that are difficult, as a rookie, you know, this kid here can handle it.
Are you guys at a spot now where you have to be tested daily for COVID?
I don't know. I don't know. As for, I'll find out more probably tonight as far as where we're at with everything.
Are you guys considering changing the schedule to do
Well,
less in person the next
we'll
days? Calms down?
yeah, we're going to look. That's something that we're going to look into to see to make sure that whatever we're doing, it's the smartest thing we can do. You know, obviously it's stating the obvious that we've had a few that have come up. So what we need to do is make sure that we're doing everything we can to be smart, to continue to follow what we follow and what we've been doing, and listen to what everybody tells us to do, meaning the league. You know.
Are you concerned with fields about ball security, like fumbles, maybe going
No.
in the preseason and just it's sometimes he's in a bad spot back there.
Yeah.
You have to learn to adapt.
No,
Where's your line between being patient and accountability on stuff?
I'm not concerned with his ball security. It can get tight quarters back there. Coach Flip is always talking to him about 2 hands on the ball and making sure he has that going on. There was a you know, for us losing the way we did, for us to be able to take away some good moments that came from this and learning for Justin was there was just a simple play that means nothing to anybody, but he rolled out in the red zone, and I know like hell he wanted to throw the ball into the end zone and try to make a play and throw a touchdown, and he threw the ball out of bounds. I think it was 2nd down, and that to me is simple growth for him. He made a good decision. He let us get to 3rd down, and he didn't force the ball like many rookies do and many quarterbacks do. They try to throw across their body, and so there was some of those, and I think that's where we got to pull those. We got to pull those, and then we got to take the stuff that wasn't as great, and it's our job as teachers is to make him learn from that, and make our offense learn.
Two more. What went into the decision to take the ball?
Well, again, you know, probably the biggest thing was trying to get a fast start and try to go down there and score like we've done before, and not do anything but that. And I think, you know, you've seen some of that this year. Sometimes it's worked, sometimes it hasn't. You hate to get the ball, go 3 and out, and give up that big punt return, but that's what happened, and we got to recover from it.
This is the kind of loss that can tip the boat over if you're not careful. What is your challenge in the coming days to make sure guys aren't tuned out?
Yeah, no, you're right, Dan. At the same point in time, I will say the last couple of days with our team, we've become really close, and you know, for us to become as close as we have the last 24, 48 hours, I just trust and believe in them, and they've done it before. We're 3-4 right now. Again, we can't have this affect us and make it be a 2 or 3 or 4 feel like that much of a loss. We lost, and we got to learn from it. Our guys have rebounded before in the past, and I just know from our discussion in there after the game and where we're at right now as fighters and people and teammates, it's not fun. This is not fun. But at the same point in time, we all go through some adversity to be able to get us, you know, where we want to go in the end, and so that's why I feel that way.